Do you think Ole is courageous enough?
No, he'll definitely start Ronaldo. I would start Cavani over Ronaldo.
For the Spurs game?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd start Cavani. And then start Sancho. Yeah.
So,
start Sancho, Rashford, Bruno, and Cavani.
Sancho? So maybe help me understand. Sancho on the
right.
On the right, okay.
Bruno at 10.
Bruno at 10.
Rashford on the left.
On the left.
And Cavani up top.
Hi, hello, and welcome back to another episode on the Football for the Fans podcast. My name is Ian.
My name is Kimko, but you could call me Kim.
Yeah, so as you can see, we have a new guest. He's introduced himself as Kimko. Probably tell us a bit more. What team do you support?
No, I'm a Man City fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the noisy neighbors who are not noisy anymore. We've taken over.
Yeah, clearly. So, as you can see on the channel, we're trying to bring in versatility. We now have a Man City fan. As usual, thank you so much for taking time to watch this particular video. Today we're going to do a sort of Game Week 10 prediction. There are 10 matches, Game Week 10. We're going to try and go game by game and see if we can get each prediction correct. So that being said, let's get into today's video. So we kick things off with the first game of the weekend, Leicester City versus Arsenal. Since you're the guest, I'll probably let you kick off.
Yeah, there's a thing called the curse of the early kickoff.
Okay.
And now that Aston is the away team and Leicester the favourites, they might pull one over the home team. So.
Oh yeah. I remember Klopp was complaining about this playing early, and you find that you play on Wednesday.
And then you play on Saturday early.
It's usually a bit hard because players don't seem up for it.
Yeah.
But so you think Arsenal probably will edge it?
Yeah, I think Arsenal will edge it.
If I was to push you to give me a scoreline, what would you say?
I'd probably both teams will score. I'd probably give Arsenal a 2-1 win.
2-1 win to Arsenal. That's pretty interesting because Leicester, I think, are unbeaten in the last 2 games because they won against United and I think they won Brentford.
Yeah.
Last time out.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah.
2-1. Arsenal are also undefeated in 7. I think ever since they last played you guys. They haven't lost a game.
Yeah.
So, but I think Leicester have home advantage.
Does that really count?
It really does. Last season, there was this statistic of a lot more away wins. When you're at home, the intimidation of the fans.
Oh yeah, this season there's a lot of
fans.
The stadium, so yeah.
Exactly. Fans are back, full capacity. And you'd find that there's that intimidation of there.
But that didn't stop Liverpool from
leave United alone. That one it's a whole other situation. But this season, to be honest, there have been a lot more home wins than last season. So I think just due to home advantage, because they're more or less the same on the table. I think Leicester are 13th. Arsenal are
9th and 9th.
Yeah. Actually I think they're following each other.
9th and 10th.
9th and 10th.
Yeah.
So you'd find that they are more or less at the same place. Both have momentum in terms of form. I think the only advantage is to Leicester because they're at home. So 2-1 win to Leicester.
Okay.
You said 2-1 win to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let's see how things develop. Next we go on to Tottenham Hotspurs versus Manchester United.
Manchester United.
It's crazy, as in what a time to be a United fan.
What a time to be United.
1 point out of 12. I think it's 3 losses out of 4. Things are just bad. Like The coach doesn't seem to know what he's doing.
He's out of his depth.
Definitely out of his depth. And we are coming up against a Spurs squad that is hot and cold.
Yeah.
You know?
Inconsistent.
So one game they win, then the next game they lose.
He even lost in the Europa League against Prague.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Which was actually very odd and out of place. I think, but it can't be excused. This is Nuno's first season.
I don't really rate Nuno. So.
Really?
I don't really rate Nuno.
He's one of those guys where
it was a panic appointment because every other manager
was refusing. Because I think Conte refused. Mm-hmm. Then there was a second pick. I think he also refused. Then I think Nuno was the alternative. But he seems to be fidgeting with the squad, playing different systems. One day it's a back three, next game it's a back four, and their record shows 5 wins, 4 losses after 9 games. So I don't know. Maybe you can tell us. Let's hear your prediction. Keep in mind the Liverpool game. United have just come off of.
I'm probably the biggest United hater out here, but I think United will win. Maybe a 2-1 win. Just because all his job is on the line, he will probably try and put up a decent squad. Not make. I heard he had an altercation with Bailey. Bailey was asking him why he picked a player who wasn't fit. Maguire over him. I'm guessing it was over him.
Yes. I remember the Leicester squad.
Yeah.
The Leicester game rather. Maguire literally hadn't trained until up on the last 24 hours before the game, and Bailly was fit. Maguire just walked in as if he owned the place. Basically.
I know, because he's the captain.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. And I think that's part of the problem in United. The guy has his favorites. You know, there's one thing that playing the players you trust. Then there's the other thing of favorites, where even if he's not fit, you still play him. Even if he's not good, you play him. I'm talking about McFred, by the way. So, I don't know. You think United will win?
I think United will win. I just hope he's courageous enough to bench the players he should bench. Yeah. And I think Bruno should offer more to the team. You know, when he's with Portugal, he literally plays as an 8, not as a free role 10. So he should help the midfielders
a bit
more. Not just go and play attacking midfield and
leave alone any sort of defensive.
Because De Bruyne initially, Silva initially, all of them were AMs with Pep integrated them to CMs.
Give them a bit more work to do.
Bit more defensive work to do.
Okay. Yeah. But do you think Ole is courageous enough?
No, he'll definitely start Ronaldo. I would start Cavani over Ronaldo.
For the Spurs game?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd start Cavani. And then start Sancho. Yeah.
So,
start Sancho, Rashford, Bruno, and Cavani.
Sancho? So maybe help me understand. Sancho on the right. On the right, okay.
Bruno at 10.
Bruno at 10.
Rashford on the left.
On the left.
And Cavani up top.
And in midfield?
Maybe McTominay and Matic. Because Fred has gotten a lot of criticism. You know, sometimes it gets to your head. So
okay.
Sometimes even every other touch you make will be a loose touch because the fans are bearing down on you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you should have. Sometimes you want to make that risky pass, but now you make the simple pass because if you lose the ball.
Plus, this is a very deciding game for him. So I doubt he should give Doni this chance to play like as a holding.
He can't.
Yeah.
He can't.
He can't risk it.
He doesn't play him anyway, so why put him now all of a sudden?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And in Tottenham, Kane is playing like someone who is being forced to play.
That is actually very true.
So I don't really see him really scoring unless United are that bad.
You'd be surprised, by the way. At this point, anything goes with this United team. I don't know if you watched the Liverpool game.
I did.
The second goal, the Maguire one.
He was trying to. Where was he trying to clear the ball to?
What was he trying to do? He can literally see Shaw right in front of him. It's crazy. If you give chances to someone like
Salah,
or even Salah, I mean, even Keita, these are pro players. They'll tuck it in, no questions asked. But I'm happy you have more optimism for us than I do. I think there's a high probability that players will down tools. I don't know why. I see it in my mind. These players,
maybe Ronaldo.
yeah, these players will down tools because I don't think these guys play for him. And if you on social media, I know you're not supposed to follow, but a lot of it is very true. They were saying that Ole used to be peers with the likes of Ronaldo. So there's not really much
you can tell them.
They can tell each other.
There's a time Chelsea also had the same problem. Was it Andre Bielsa?
Bas,
He was the same age as Drogba. They wouldn't listen to him.
Yeah, they wouldn't tell him anything.
He wouldn't tell us shit. So.
I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like he's lost the squad, and probably if United kick things off well, let's play scenarios here, right? If United score first and probably score another one, they definitely should go on to win. But if Spurs score first, I think it's game, set, and match.
Just a number of
yeah. It probably will be another 6-1 embarrassing scoreline. So I'm not being negative. I'm being honest. Yes, I'm being.
And Son is low key.
Exactly.
Really dangerous. So
it's scary.
He finds Maguire
and Lindelof, dead men walking. He'll probably just run past them as if they weren't there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think especially if I see McFred in the starting lineup, 2-1 loss, definitely. 2-1 loss if McFred starts. But yeah, or in all seriousness, 2-1 win to Spurs. I know I'm going to trigger people, but yeah, 2-1 win for Spurs.
I hope Alan is watching.
Oh, he'll definitely watch. I think he will. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace.
Defending Premier League champion.
Oh, sorry for the disrespect. I'll kick this off again. The defending English Premier League champions.
Thank you.
Versus Crystal Palace. I think it's your team. You're the new guest host. I'll let you take over. Lead us.
This will be a comfortable win. This because we have more quality than the opponent. And last week Sterling was a bit unwell, so if he's definitely out of the 11, no Sterling slander by the way, but I just think we play better with Sterling in the team. So if Sterling is not in the 11, maybe 4-1.
Maybe 4-1.
Yeah.
Wait, so you think if Sterling doesn't play, City play better?
Yeah.
Wow. I actually disagree.
Why?
He's a very, very good player, and it's only unfortunate that he's in a team with better players.
He has 2 goals in the last 34 appearances. So how would you justify that?
I genuinely don't know how to defend him, but I think Sterling is an asset. I don't see why some City fans.
Not some, a lot.
Yeah, I think that the frustrating thing with Sterling is consistency.
Yeah.
So you'd find that the harder chances he'll tuck them in, but the easier
it happens, he would miss.
Yeah, he would miss over the bar, outside, the keeper saves. So yeah, I think Sterling is good. Maybe his finishing is questionable, right? But I think he's a good player. But probably he's not going to play, I think, as you
I
as you
think
said.
the players who are in better form than him right now. So
The likes of Grealish and
yeah,
so on and so
even
forth.
Mahrez is in such great form, but he starts from the bench because Jesus is in better form and better form. So
It's crazy the squad depth that you guys have, because if it's not Sterling, it's Mahrez. If it's not Mahrez, it's Jesus. If it's not Jesus, it's Torres,
yeah.
and Grealish is also there,
And Foden.
and Foden. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! City squad is unfair.
But Manchester United has the same depth.
It goes to show you what a good manager
Yeah,
can do.
yeah.
I think that's the difference between City and United. The management. Yes, Alan, this is at you, because he still supports Ole for some reason. Anyway, you said 4-1.
Yeah, for
4-1 win to Manchester City. I think more or less the same. I don't see City conceding. I genuinely don't see. Palace have been good under Vieira. They've been better because they were down there. Let's just put it that way. Roy Hodgson used to be very defensive. You know, playing a back five or playing a very defensive back four. That 4-4-2 type system. So with Vieira, he's brought a bit of dynamism, a bit more attacking, play. But this is City at home.
At home.
It's not going
with
to
our
be
20
easy.
fans.
Yeah, just keep winning the league off, and I'm sure they'll go up to like 50 soon enough. Soon enough.
The 20 of us are very happy. Provided this is the 8th I've not won the league.
Oh,
The 20 of us are very happy.
Okay, yeah. That was expected. But yeah, 3-0. 3-0, comfortable game. I don't know if Zaha is playing.
He came back to training, so he might.
He might get a few minutes on, but I think maybe Zaha, if he plays, and Olise.
Olise is a very good player.
Olise, the new number 7, is really, really good.
Ayew is not a winger. I don't know why Vieira plays him on the right.
I think he's one of those players that just have that versatility. Or maybe he hasn't been there long enough to bring in who he wants there. So it's just...
Plus Eze has been out for a while.
Yeah. So it's just square peg round hole type thing. Where you just put him there to do a job. But yeah, 3-0 win to City. I think if City lose, we hope. If City lose, it will be a shock. Next match, Newcastle United versus European champions Chelsea. Some people get irritated when I say that.
I'm one of them.
But give credit where it's due. They, unfortunately,
We beat them.
Yeah. European champions Chelsea versus the Saudi-backed team. We thought that they would have a sort of recovery in the last game, but they were just outclassed, I think.
Yeah.
Chelsea last week, game week 9, 7 goals.
Wow.
Very impressive, I think. Even if it's Norwich, to put 7 past an opposing team in
that fashion,
yeah, it was dominant, it was aggressive, it was relentless. It was almost like Man City.
Yeah,
Let's
and do they have 16 or 17 players who have already scored in the league?
Yeah. I think Mount was. I remember something of that sort. Mount is the 16th player.
Who have scored for them in the league already.
And yeah, he also hadn't scored since
25 games ago.
Yeah, since April, if I'm not wrong. So he had gone on a massive goal drought. Then he goes and bags a hat-trick. I mean, Chelsea, very impressive. Do you see them carrying on?
This fixture, when Newcastle are at home, they normally give Chelsea problems. Plus, Bruce has gone to...
They're under caretaker management right now.
So Bruce is this manager who I think loves playing 5 defenders.
Very defensive.
Yeah. So maybe the new manager will come up with something that Chelsea haven't anticipated. So Maybe Chelsea will win because they normally scrap victories. They have a very good defense, but I think Newcastle maybe would score a goal. So it will be a close fixture, like a close scoreline. Yeah, maybe 2-1.
2-1 win for
2-1 win for Chelsea, just because the defense is that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually think Chelsea will win, so I agree with you on that. Okay, but I see them winning comfortably because under Tuchel they have this ability to turn the gears,
Turn the next gear.
turn the next gear. And I always refer to this Spurs Chelsea game this season where it was, I think, 0-0 at halftime.
Then he submitted.
Yeah, he wasn't afraid to make changes, bringing off, I think it was Mount, bringing on Kante, and the second half was totally different.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that Newcastle are at home may help them, but Chelsea, with the quality and the form that they're in, it's literally first against 19th. So I know football can be tricky, but I'm confident. Chelsea win 2-0. Very comfortable. Next game is Liverpool versus Brighton. I think second versus fifth, two top-ish teams. Ish. Because Brighton, I think they are overworking. They are overachieving. No one really expected them to be where they are this season. Or maybe what are your thoughts? Did you see this coming?
I think they have a really good manager who gets the most out of his, I wouldn't say average, but average players.
Yeah, basically, compared to the other top
the other
teams.
big teams, yeah.
So it's what, his name is Glenn Hoddle.
Graham Potter.
Oh, Graham Potter, sorry, yeah. So Graham Potter getting the best out of a Brighton team. They do have good players.
Yeah.
The likes of Bissouma.
Bissouma had an arrest. He had some
issue
with the authorities. So
he had an altercation.
Yeah, he hasn't come back to the team.
Okay. But again, he's
a good player.
Yeah, he's still a good player. You have the likes of Mopey, and Trossard, really good quality players. Maybe not at the top, but it just goes to show what you can do with a good coach, I guess. So yeah, second against fifth, Liverpool coming off a fantastic 5-0 win, I guess, unfortunately for us United fans. But what do you think of the game?
Considering Liverpool didn't have their defensive midfielder Fabinho, they still ran out at Old Trafford. It's Liverpool's game to lose. I think Brighton will try their best to defend, but Liverpool will win convincingly, maybe 2-3 goals. If Brighton defend well, because Mo Salah is just in the form of his life, so
he's probably the league's best player currently.
Yeah, it's just a matter of how many goals will he score. He will definitely score.
So Salah on the score sheet for you. If I were to make you said 2-0. 2-0 scoreline. If I were to make you maybe give me the other scorer, Mane, Firmino, Jota.
Bobby, if Bobby starts.
Bobby Firmino.
Yeah.
So 2-0 went to Liverpool. I think I would also side with you. My prediction is also 2-0. 2-0 win to Liverpool. I think Liverpool are now starting to show that the levels they achieved when they won the Champions League and the league, I think, the season after. I think you can easily scrap last season because they didn't have Van Dijk or Mane.
Yeah, they didn't have their main defenders.
And
Mane was off.
And Mane, also Salah wasn't at his best.
But he managed 19 league goals. That's still remarkable in that team.
Yeah, it's actually true. So I guess this season everything is back in full flow. And
Alisson is so good.
Alisson, by the one of the league's best keepers. We should actually do a video ranking top 5 goalkeepers. Probably that's a decent video idea. And yeah, I think 2-0 Liverpool win comfortably?
Yeah. Or they could do more.
More.
Just depends on how good Brighton will be. I've seen Lamptey has come back, so
Tariq Lamptey. Yeah, he came on, I
at
think, the
City,
second half.
and they really terrorized Grealish and Cancelo on the right flank.
He's actually really good. I think if Reece James, there were rumors that he was going to Chelsea a while back, but I think Reece James stepped
up, yeah.
So that again killed the whole, and then now he got his injury. So I think there's that. He's a very good player. Let's just put it that way, and he should give Liverpool a challenge. But Liverpool play that high press.
Yeah.
So again, probably he'll do a lot more defending
than attacking. Yeah.
Than attacking. But yeah, Liverpool win. Nothing more to say. Aston Villa versus West Ham United, 13th against 4th. I mean, West Ham are still there. I didn't think that momentum would last, but David Moyes keeps proving me wrong. So I'll give you the chance to kick things off. What do you think of the game? How will it pan out?
Definitely see West Ham winning. Just because of the momentum they have, the squad chemistry, the players have gotten used to each other. Moyes has been here for more than a year, right? Yeah. Compared to Aston Villa, the manager is still trying a lot of new things. He's trying to pair Ings with Watkins.
Yeah.
The days it has worked, most times it hasn't.
It's on and off.
Yeah, it's on and off. Yeah, it's forcing other wingers like Ghazi and Bailey, their new signing.
Yeah.
He's not gotten a number of games under his belt to build the consistency.
Okay.
But they have this kid called Ramsey. He's good. Their kid.
Oh yeah, I saw his goal.
Yeah.
I saw his goal over the weekend. What a shot, by the way.
Yeah, so maybe if he tweaks things a bit, he might give West Ham a good game, but I think overall the West Ham will maybe. I think Villa will score. So maybe 3-1 or 2-1.
3-1, 2-1. Pick one.
2-1.
2-1 win for West Ham.
West Ham.
Okay. And maybe just to add to that, I think Aston Villa's form has dipped actually, because I think it's 4 losses.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of games.
They just lost back to back, and
especially the Wolves game, that was
they were blown away.
Yeah. How do you concede 3 goals in 10 minutes?
But it was painful. You could say it was unfortunate, especially the last goal. Yeah, the last goal particularly, because that's what's in my mind. It was very unfortunate. Free kick, 95th minute, and then it goes off your player and into the goal. I mean, they did have chances to kill the game.
Yeah.
I remember, especially in the first half, but they didn't take it, and they got punished. This is the EPL.
Yeah.
You slip a bit,
you're
punished. Maybe my prediction, I'll side with you too. I think West Ham are doing well. I'm gonna say probably 4-1. Yeah, 4-1, because when you watch West Ham games, it just takes one spark and they just turn the games. Yeah, they just turn games. All of a sudden, 1-0, 2-0. And it's not necessarily like extremely good play. It's just ball into the box, second man, maybe they lose the first ball, second ball, goal. Like Antonio is just always there.
And Rice has been really good.
Declan Rice is actually a very good player. I think, if not this transfer window, probably the one after the World Cup, he's probably going to step up to a bigger team. Like, no disrespect to West Ham, but yeah, he needs to now,
the big leagues, at least to play Champions League football.
Exactly. He does deserve it. He does have the talent, and I see big things for him in the future. But for this game particularly, I know Villa are the home team, but West Ham win. Next up, we have Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Everton. 8th against 11th, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, two teams I think on opposite forms. I don't know if there was a better word to say it. Because Wolves are now slowly climbing. Everton, who are, they were up there
at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, now they're slowly dropping. I think Wolves are probably undefeated in 3 games, if I'm not wrong. And Everton
lost in the last 2 games.
I think they've been beaten the last 2 games, especially the last game.
They
was
were
shocking. It was shocking because I remember there were 2 goals up. And after
this game scored what was it? 3 or 4 goals in the last 10 minutes.
They completely switched off. You should have seen the shock on my face because I didn't watch the full game, but I left it at 2-0. Then after the game, I'm seeing 5-2. I'm like, what happened? You're like, oh no. But anyway, Wolves on form, Everton out of form, Wolves at home, obviously Everton away. Who do you think takes this one? Let me put you on the spot.
I saw Dominic Calvert-Lewin is probably back to training.
Yeah.
So if they manage to get him back to training, him and Richarlison, that would definitely cause Wolves some problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Wolves are on form. Jimenez, the Japanese, the Korean or Japanese guy.
He's called
how to pronounce his name.
He Chang-won.
Yeah, that guy is on fire.
He Chang-won. I think I've said his name correctly. Apologies if I've not.
The guy is on fire.
I think he got his 4th goal in the league.
In he's played like
6.
Yeah.
6
his
games.
Goal ratio, his goal to game ratio is good.
It's above 0.5, which is always good for a player who has never played in the Premier League.
Who was played in some? Was he in the Austrian league? Salzburg, I think.
He came from one of the Red Bull teams.
Salzburg.
Yeah. It's crazy. He's just hit the ground running, and I think he's actually saving the coach. Because before he came, Wolves looked. They looked lost. At some point, we were like, when will Jimenez start scoring? When will Jimenez start scoring? We're busy asking ourselves, but this guy is stepping up. And he's busy, he's saving, he's doing better than, the big names that are there. But I think you gave your scoreline?
I haven't. I think, who was at home? Wolves.
Wolves is at home.
I think Wolves will win.
Okay.
Probably a 3-1 win. Or 3-1 win for Wolves.
3-1 win. Maybe I can challenge you. Who will score for Everton?
Richarlison.
A Richarlison goal, but a consolation goal.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Wolves should win. At home, have momentum, are climbing up the table. I think on paper their squad is.
Similar.
I think the Wolves squad is better.
Yeah, the core is out for a while, so.
Exactly, and these guys have just that abundance of talent.
Yeah. They have Adama, they have Trincao.
They have Jimenez, they have Hee-chan-wan, they have, and in defense, they have the likes of Saiss,
Cody.
And Connor Cody, who's a leader,
And in midfield, they have Neville's very good midfield.
Exactly. He was actually supposed to go to United at some point. But United are linked to everyone.
Yeah.
But scoreline. If I were to be pressed, I don't expect an easy game. I think Everton will challenge. Rafa is a very rigid coach. He'll obviously have a game plan. But I think with the way things are going, probably Wolves will win. Slim margin, 2-1 win for Wolves. I think it's fair. It's fair to say 2-1 win for Wolves.
You try to give some credit to Everton. They'll fight.
Everton will give a fight. So yeah, 3 more games. I think this one we can do a sort of quick fire type thing. Just give your score, I give my score. So we'll kick off with Watford versus Southampton.
2-1 win for Watford.
2-1 win for Watford. I actually see a draw. 2-2 win. I expect many goals, obviously, because it's both teams consider a lot of goals. Next up, we have Burnley versus Brentford.
I'll go for 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
Yeah, Burnley are at home. So they'll definitely be more defensively. They'll defend well. But they have this asset called Kone. Kone has been on fire.
Yeah.
So I expect he'll maybe bag a goal.
He'll give Burnley a chance. I think Brentford will win. Simply because of the way they tend to play. Burnley are very defensive. Let's just put it that way. They are very anti-football. I don't know if you've watched some of
Button.
Yeah. It's very, very, very boring to watch a Burnley game. But Brentford are exciting. They'll probably create them
very many chances.
Yeah, they'll create many chances. They tend to be wasteful a lot of the time.
I noticed Brentford like playing aerial balls, and Burnley are very good in there. So.
Oh yeah, that will be a very interesting fact to see how they choose. Maybe they'll keep it a bit more on the ground. So I don't see Burnley even getting a point from this game, because Brentford creates so many chances. It's a matter of them picking them one by one. And Tony, good striker. I wouldn't say he's excellent, but he's pretty decent.
From the time they beat West Ham, I feel like they've been on a downward trend.
Yeah.
They created so many chances as a Chelsea, but they couldn't score. Then they were beaten by Leicester. So I feel like right now they're not really having that momentum.
But what better game to come in as Brentford players than Burnley? These guys won't attack you for sure. So it's for them to go and take the game to Burnley. And if they do so and do it well, 2-0
win. Clinical,
yeah. 2-0 win for Brentford.
Who will start?
Tony. He has to at least get 1 goal. And I think his name is Canos. Canos or Canos. His name has the...
Sounds like a Spanish word or something.
Yeah, I think he is Spanish even. So those are the 2 goal scorers, highly likely, because they're the ones who really found in the box more often than not. Or
Mbwembo hit the post. Twice or thrice versus Chelsea.
I remember twice. Yeah. So actually those 3, but I still stick with my 2. Tony and Canos. To give Brentford a 2-0 win scoreline. And the last game, Norwich versus Leeds. Thoughts on that?
Leeds win definitely.
You don't see Norwich getting first win of the season?
Even versus Brighton were denied a penalty. I believe that's why they do.
Oh yeah, that is true. The game ended a draw, which was actually shocking for me. I didn't expect it. So Norwich lost.
I just think they don't believe in themselves to be able to do anything, to be able to win any games.
Yeah, that is true. Because I remember I watched the Chelsea game, I think it was on Saturday, this past Saturday afternoon. And after the 4th goal, you could just see it's like the players had just...
switched off,
shoulders dropped, facing down, lack of confidence.
It's almost like they've relegated themselves and they're just 9 games into the season.
Yeah, we're in October. They need to do something, otherwise they'll go down without a fight. But yeah, this is a game for Leeds to lose, but I think they'll win comfortably per se. 3-0. You said?
3-0, I'll agree with you.
Yeah, 3-0 scoreline for Leeds. Yeah. Especially if they do that non-stop total football
Bielsa football,
Yeah, they play Bielsa ball, they'll probably push these guys.
And if
Out of the
Rafinha is
pitch.
on top of his game,
Yeah.
definitely. Because
The,
he's their talisman.
exactly. The person who shocked me is their striker, Bamford.
Bamford had an injury. He hasn't really been in
Like
the
that,
team.
it's even before his injury,
Yeah.
he wasn't really
He
performing as
didn't
much.
hit this levels he hit last season.
Maybe we expected too much. But yeah, Leeds comfortable win, 3-0. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Game week 10 predictions done, all 10 games. An interesting conversation, obviously. And if you've liked it, you've made it this far, remember to like, share the video especially to your fellow football fans.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And also subscribe. If you have anything to say, leave a comment in the description box below. I think, if you like us to keep making this content, let us know. Obviously, this episode, we have our special guest, Kimko.
I'm honored to be here.
Mhm.
Thank you for having me.
I think we should have you
More often.
more often.
I agree.
Yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching. We don't take it for granted. And help us grow, help Kenyan content.
Yeah.
Kenyan made content grow. Hopefully in a couple of years we'll be talking about the Kenya Premier League.
Yeah.
Who knows? But stay safe guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Ciao.